all around the world, friends, family, subscribers of Mommy Diaries. You're once again welcome to another episode. Today I'm super excited to bring you an episode with an expert, and she's none other than Auntie Midwife. And guess how I found her? I found her on IG, and we started talking for some time, and finally we've been able to meet to bring you this very educative and insightful episode where we are going to talk about the importance and essence of pregnancy schools. Auntie Midwife, you're welcome. So thank you, Mommy. Thanks very much for having me here. Oh, how are you doing? I'm very good. Yourself? I'm good. And really, it's good to see you. You look so pretty. Okay, so we are already speaking about pregnancy schools. My question would be, in our typical Ghanaian community, when a woman gives birth, you have like 100 midwives and 100 doctors at home telling her what to do. Do this, don't do that. So what would encourage a typical Ghanaian man to decide that let me just sign up for pregnancy school?
Okay, so we have the traditional support, that's the family, the grandmothers, the mothers, the aunties, and they have all the experience. But pregnancy schools are here to correct, okay, and then to add up to what they are doing, because most of the things our grandmothers are doing, if I should tell you, some of the things they are doing to the newborns are like, they are crazy. Very, very bad things that will go a very long way to affect the kids. Okay, so we are here to, the pregnancy schools are here to just not to do away with the traditional setting, because we still need these people around us, but to correct some of the things that they are doing and to enforce the whole thing. Okay, so that's just.
And I think that brings me to the question I should have asked first. That's what happens when you don't script the questions you ask. So, okay, so I know you have a pregnancy school thing going on social media. And can you tell us a little bit about it and why you even decided to start that?
So I think I'll take it from what pregnancy schools are in the first place. So pregnancy schools, they're just basically prenatal classes. Okay, that's organized by, it could be organized by a hospital or a birthing center. Okay, so most of the times where you're going to deliver, that's where ideally they should be able to conduct pregnancy school for the expectant folks. But nowadays it's become important to have privately owned or run pregnancy schools, because some people don't even go to antenatal, some people don't even visit the hospital right from pregnancy to when they deliver. They only come when there's a complication. Okay, so pregnancy schools are there just to, adequately prepare expectant folks. So when I say expectant folks, I'm talking about the pregnant women and their partners, like the whole family, because now we are trying to encourage family-centered care. So the pregnancy schools is basically there to prepare these expectant folks adequately for, throughout the process, the journey of pregnancy to parenthood. Okay, yes, so that's basically what pregnancy school stand for. And what inspired me to start my pregnancy school was, I realized I have, as a midwife, okay, I have clients who do come to the hospitals, and I have clients who only come to the hospitals when they have like very complicated issues. Okay, so it has brought my attention to the fact that people still don't want to go to the hospital. Like it or not, people don't want to. I don't know if they don't trust the hospital as an institution. Yes, people want to meet you one-on-one. People want to, they want to talk to someone they trust.
Yeah,
let me get it that way. Yes. And talking about people they trust, for me, I've had people speak with people, especially this traditional doctors. Yes, and the kind of advices they had sometimes resulted in them losing their pregnancies, losing their babies. Some of them lost their lives. Yes. So the thing is, if I can't get you coming to me at the hospital, then I should be able to get you where
And
you're
your
comfortable.
comfort.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So that's just what motivated me to start the program.
Okay, so to what she said about pregnancy schools being around to complement what we already know, it brings me to this question. When I gave birth, a certain woman, I'll mention her name, but they know her, brought some, I don't know if it's, what should I call it? Conco container that she's coming to put hot water in my daughter's private area. And I wasn't comfortable because the midwife in the hospital had told me that don't do this. And now this person wants to do it. Midwife is sitting in her house, me, I'm suffering. So how do you, I don't know, you can't go to somebody's house to go and ensure that this is not done. But how then are you going to sensitize the elderly people, like the people who believe in these traditional things, to stop? How do you intend to do that?
That's a very important question, and I've had incidents with where I had to fight with some of these home doctors.
Like fight, as in
yes,
blows.
like not like blows, but like heated arguments, like
Yeah.
very heated arguments. I think a lady came for postnatal one time, and she was telling me how her mom would, do the kunko thing, right? So they normally use tin of milk.
I said, me, my own card, they said they've used it from generations.
Oh, okay, so it's passed on.
Yeah.
All right, so
You
yes,
can imagine.
they usually use a tin of milk, so they do the whole inside, and then they believe that for what happened that time, the lady came with her mom. So I asked her to invite her mom inside, and I asked her the rationale behind what she was doing to the baby. And she said, oh, you know the clitoris part, she said there's a wound there. You know, for newborns, our clitoris, it looks kind of reddish, right? So she believes that it's a wound. Yes, so ideally, and when I went home and I asked my mom, she also said the same thing. So they believe that there's a wound there at the clitoris. So they have to, the point of the hot water they are doing is to heal the wound. I was explaining to her that there's no wound over there. Because if I lie her down on the couch and I examine her clitoris
is also red.
Hers is also red. So there's no wound. And where is the wound even coming from? Okay, so I had to educate her, and this woman was a staunch believer. Like she was.
I know.
That's why I said fight. She was like, we were literally fighting. Like it was so heated. Like she didn't understand what I was saying. So in the end, I just had to tell the woman that it is your child. She's your mother. Even if you can't control your mom, your own mom, how can you control your in-law? You can't. Exactly. So you would find a way to. You have to be firm as the mother. So I always tell my clients who come for postnatal, you have to be firm as a mother, because when you come and we tell you this is not good, and we give you the rationale behind it, you understand that what the midwife is saying is actually true. So even I think I should explain. Do you want me to explain the whole thing? Why we don't want them to do that?
I would love that.
So what happens is our vagina, when you're born, okay, every vagina has normal flora. When I say normal flora, what I mean is the vagina has normal bacteria that is normal to that environment. It's like our mouth. We have normal flora in our mouth. That's bacteria that is normal to the environment of the mouth. So in the same way we have normal flora in the vagina. And this normal flora, the purpose is to protect you from infections, concerning infections. So let's say white and those things, all right? So now when they pour the hot water on the clitoris, what they are doing is they are burning that normal flora, the normal bacteria that ideally should protect the baby from infection. They are killing all those bacteria. So the place becomes like exposed to infection. So your kid will go to nursery, will go to KG and go and pick up infections, and kids can get infection. I've seen a kid with severe infection. Yes, like you are surprised, infection. So what they do with the hot water, pouring it in them, they are killing this normal flora, and we don't want that. You don't want that for your child. Imagine a little child experiencing itching, all the things you experience when you have an infection. So it's bad. And the other thing is that the hot water they pour over there. Now we know the clitoris is a very sensitive part of the reproductive, system of every female. That is where you get your feelings when you're having sex, right? Okay, so the reason why it's very sensitive is because it has a lot of nerves, inside it. That's why it's very sensitive, and that's how come when during sexual intercourse, when your spouse or your partner keeps hitting at the clitoris, you have because of these nerves. Now when your grandmother, the traditional doctor at home, pours the hot water on the clitoris, she is killing all those nerves. So this child will grow, and when she's having sex, she won't feel anything because you've killed all the nerves that are responsible, for giving the child those feelings. So I mean, we are just warning the kids, the traditional doctors at home. They are really, really, really. Some of the things they do are good, but some are very, very dangerous to the babies and should not be encouraged at all.
Thank you for that insightful education on why we shouldn't allow our mothers and our grandmothers to put that hot water thing in our baby's vagina. It's bad. It's actually, I don't even know how to hammer on this well enough. Please do not do it. I mean, after that, the next thing I would like to know is there's pregnancy school, and even the pregnancy school card, 2% out of pregnant women would want to attend pregnancy school. What happens after you have given birth? Is there postnatal school or something? Because I think that period too is very difficult sometimes.
So we have postnatal classes. Okay, so it's just like the pregnancy school, and like you said, the postpartum period is also another whole big stage on its own. Like some people have during their postnatal period, a lot of bad things can happen. You can have postpartum bleeding, people who had cesarean section, if they don't care for the wound well, they can get infected. So the postpartum period is also a very important stage. So we have postnatal classes. But our pregnancy schools, we try to infuse certain parts, a little bit of postnatal, so we prepare you a little for the postnatal. So we talk about breastfeeding, how to breastfeed, how to take care of yourself, personal hygiene during the postpartum period. So we throw in a little of postpartum so to prepare you for that. But with the postpartum classes, it's a big thing on its own, where we educate you on how to care for yourself and how to go back to your pre-pregnancy stage, how to care for your newborn. So this is where we, like what we spoke about, the myths about caring for newborn, the hot water, and how to care for the baby's cord. Some of our traditional doctors put Pepsodent, concoctions, and chicken droppings. Oh, I'm telling you, yes, on the cord. Wow. Yes, so people are doing things at home. So it's very important. The postnatal classes is also very, very important. So it prepares you, and then it teaches you what you should be doing for your child, what you shouldn't be doing for your child, what you should allow someone to do for your child, yes, and what's not. Yes, so we run these classes too, and so I'll urge all pregnant women to join, and we have support groups for postnatal mothers, for new moms. I have a support group for new moms, so we film each other up, yes, and we learn on how to, yes. So
you have a support group. I'm not in that. Please, I need them. Please add me to that group, right now. Oh wow, that's good to hear. And indeed, these are little humans we are taking care of, very vulnerable. So you have to give them 100%. care, and I think that's good. I'm sure somebody is probably watching this channel, chanced on this channel because she doesn't want to go to pregnancy school and is googling how can I breastfeed my baby.
I know, right?
What do you have to say to somebody like that who is probably sitting home and thinking, oh, should I go, should I not go, maybe to be expensive, oh. And then the mother too is also sitting there and saying, hey madam, this is the way we've been doing it since the 60s, why are you going to sit home? What do you have to say to somebody like that? Can they afford your services? Do they have to come?
Pregnancy schools, they are very important. It's very important that you attend the pregnancy school. You find one and join, okay? Like I said earlier, hospitals do organize it. Any hospital with a maternity unit running in antenatal, yes, should organize. They do organize pregnancy school, so you can find one, or any birthing center you want to give birth at. You can talk to the midwife and ask if they do pregnancy schools, and those ones are for free. For the government hospitals, it's for free, but for the privately run ones like mine, you pay a little fee. For my pregnancy school, you pay 50 cedis, only 50 cedis per trimester.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, and you know, every trimester is every 3 months. Yes, so you're paying just 50 cedis for 3 months. Okay, so if you're in your first trimester, it means you're paying 150 cedis. If you're in your second trimester, and it goes for other people running pregnancy schools, I know some 200 cedis, and it's a one-time payment. Okay, so it's not that expensive. You can afford it, and I cannot overemphasize that it is very important. It prepares you for labor. People are very anxious about labor, and the fear alone, I always say your attitude during labor contributes to the outcome of the labor. So if you approach labor with fear, things may go wrong, because if you're afraid, you begin to do certain things that will complicate things.
Can you blame them? It's the kind of stories they are being told by their friends.
So I can't blame you. That is why you should keep positive people around you. Okay, yes. And knowledge, there's no limit to knowledge. It's always good to have more knowledge. And let me say this here on the record, that Google is not a midwife, and Google is not an obstetrician. So find a pregnancy school to join. If you can't afford the privately run ones, you can go to any government hospital. It is for free. You won't pay anything. At Kolebu, we do free pregnancy. We even have graduation for you.
Wow.
We give you gifts, yes. So it's so important. It prepares you for parenthood. It makes you very knowledgeable about pregnancy, what to expect. So when you're going through something, you are able to identify that, oh, this is high risk, I have to go to the hospital. Because when it comes to a pregnancy school, probably you'll be told that, oh, this is a sign of this is a sign of, if you're having too much headache, it means probably you have preeclampsia. If your legs are swollen. I have a patient who came to me the other day that where she attends maternity home, I think it's run by an old woman. Some of those are traditional doctors, and the woman told her swollen leg, her leg is like it's swollen and it's pitting. When you put your hand inside, it will go and come out.
It's from eating plenty salt.
Yes, no, she actually told her that it means her baby is let me use her words like what she said.
Wow.
Yes, and this woman has severe headache all the time. That doesn't go even after taking pain relievers, okay, and it's consistent. And with the swollen legs, and she has protein in urine, and these are clear signs of preeclampsia. She's dizzy, and this traditional doctor grandmother was keeping her at home, telling her that, oh, akolani moju, you know. And by the time she got to the hospital, she had lost the baby. So these things are like, they are very real. Like a little, I always say that one mistake most of our women do is we take things lightly during pregnancy. So please, even if you are going to a hospital that organizes pregnancy school, it is not bad to join another pregnancy school, because there's no end to knowledge, and it always keeps you informed, so you're able to know that, oh, and if this is odd, I have to report to the hospital, this is odd. Okay, so It's very important to join a pregnancy, so do find one and join.
Okay guys, so pardon the music in the background. Today I wanted to bring you something different, a different environment. So we are shooting somewhere and they have music playing in the background, so that is why you can hear music. At least today I've spared you from baby nurse crying and all her murmuring and everything. Now we have brought this to an end. Like I don't know if I'm excited or I'm sad. I'm actually excited that I had this conversation, but I'm sad it has to end. Thank you, Auntie Midwife. But before you say thank you to us, your last words to every pregnant woman, expecting mother, or someone who even wants to get pregnant one day.
Okay, so my last words will be that if you're trying to get pregnant, just as soldiers prepare for war, we have something called preconception care. So you should find the appropriate channels, okay, midwives, go to the hospital or something for preconception care, and then we take you through pregnancy, and then we take you through delivery, so you have an informative pregnancy and a free birth. So for pregnant women out there, take care of yourselves, especially during this COVID-19 period. And yes, patronize pregnancy schools because it's very, very important.
Especially yours.
Yes, especially Auntie Midwives.
Thank you so much, Auntie Midwife. I'm super grateful that you honored my invitation. I hope this is not going to be the last time we are going to see your Mommy Diaries. We'll be having a lot of chats going forward. And today, a special thank you to my video woman. My videographer for today has been my best friend, my sister, the love of my life. Her name is Dillis, and she's super wonderful. Thank you, Dillis. Thank you, Auntie Midwife. And thank you, my amazing subscribers and my followers for continuously supporting Mommy Diaries. I promised you that this particular year I'm going to bring you insightful conversations from experts, and we have just started with Auntie Midwife. Kindly continue dropping your comments. They are really helpful to me to develop this show and to develop the kind of content I bring to you. Kindly follow our social media platforms on IG, Mommy Diaries, GH, and Facebook as well. Auntie Midwife will also want to share her social media platforms handles and then her number, so you can call her if anything or DM her if you have any problem.
You can find Auntie Midwife across all social media platforms. It's Auntie Midwife, Auntie AUNTIE Midwife, separated on Facebook and Twitter. On Instagram is together Auntie Midwife, and our website is www.antiemidwife.com, and you can call us on 050-138-2122. Yes, let's get interactive.
Till then, know that you are dearly loved, you are cherished, and much appreciated for your loyalty. Thank you guys.